Prince Andrew, Duke of York, once held a prominent position in the British royal family. Born the third child and a second son of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, he enjoyed a life of privilege and public adoration. Known for his charisma and charm, Andrew was often referred to as the Queen's favourite son. He served in the Royal Navy, seeing action in the Falklands War, and later undertook various royal duties. However, behind this facade of respectability lurked a series of scandals that would ultimately tarnish his reputation and send shockwaves through the monarchy. Andrew's early life was marked by the indulgences and expectations that come with being a royal. His military service, while commendable, was not without its controversies. His personal life, particularly his marriage to Sarah Ferguson, was often tabloid fodder. Yet, no one could have predicted the scale of the scandal that would engulf him, a scandal that would expose the darker side of privilege and power, leaving an indelible stain on the House of Windsor. The first hints of trouble surrounding Prince Andrew emerged long before the Jeffrey Epstein scandal broke. His personal life, particularly his marriage and divorce from Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, was often splashed across the tabloids. The couple's separation in 1992, followed by their divorce in 1996, was highly publicized and plagued by rumors of infidelity and financial impropriety. This period marked the beginning of a less favorable public image for the Duke of York. Further fueling public scrutiny was Andrew's close association with controversial figures in the business and political world. His role as the United Kingdom's Special Representative for International Trade and Investment, a position he held from 2001 to 2011, brought him into contact with a string of questionable individuals. Critics questioned the ethics of some of his business dealings and his judgment in choosing his associates. These early warning signs, while significant at the time, would pale in comparison to the scandal that was about to unfold. The year 2010 marked a turning point in Prince Andrew's life, forever linking him to the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. Photographs emerged of Andrew with Epstein in Central Park, New York City, shortly after Epstein's release from prison following his conviction for soliciting a minor for prostitution. This association immediately raised eyebrows and prompted questions about the nature of their relationship. Further fueling the controversy was the allegation that Andrew had also been present at Epstein's Florida mansion during a time when Epstein was known to be trafficking underage girls for sex. One of Epstein's victims, Virginia Giuffre, alleged that she had been forced to have sex with Prince Andrew on 3 separate occasions, once in London, once in New York, and once on Epstein's private island in the Caribbean. These allegations, vehemently denied by Prince Andrew, would become the focal point of a scandal that would rock the British monarchy to its core. In November 2019, in a move that would prove disastrous, Prince Andrew agreed to a televised interview with BBC Newsnight's Emily Maitlis. The interview, intended to clear his name and address the allegations against him, instead backfired spectacularly. Andrew's attempts to distance himself from Epstein rang hollow, and his explanations for his association with the convicted sex offender were widely deemed unconvincing. The interview was widely criticized for its lack of remorse or empathy for Epstein's victims. Andrew's awkward demeanor, coupled with his failure to express any regret for his association with Epstein, only served to further damage his reputation. Section 5, A Royal Retreat. The fallout from the BBC interview was swift and brutal. Public pressure mounted on Prince Andrew to step down from his royal duties. Charities and organisations distanced themselves from the prince, and his public image plummeted. In a dramatic move, just days after the interview aired, Prince Andrew announced that he would be stepping back from royal duties for the foreseeable future. This unprecedented move was a clear indication of the gravity of the situation. The Queen, known for her unwavering support of her children, was reportedly instrumental in the decision to have Andrew step down. The royal family, already grappling with the fallout from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure, was now facing its biggest crisis in decades. As Section 6 legal battles and public outrage, despite his retreat from public life, Prince Andrew's legal woes were far from over. In August 2021, Virginia Giuffre filed a civil lawsuit against the prince in New York, alleging sexual assault and battery. The lawsuit sent shockwaves through the royal family and plunged Andrew further into disgrace. The prince, who had previously denied all of Jeffrey's allegations, now faced the prospect of a public trial. The lawsuit, combined with Andrew's continued association with Epstein, sparked outrage and calls for him to be stripped of his royal titles. The case became a media sensation, with every development scrutinized and debated. The scandal cast a long shadow over the royal family, overshadowing Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Section 7. The Settlement and its Aftermath. In February 2022, after months of legal wrangling and mounting public pressure, Prince Andrew reached an out-of-court settlement with Virginia Giuffre. While the terms of the settlement remained confidential, it was widely reported that Andrew had agreed to pay a substantial sum to Jeffrey, reportedly in the region of £12 million. The settlement, while bringing an end to the legal proceedings, did little to salvage Andrew's reputation. Many saw the settlement as an admission of guilt, despite Andrew's continued denials of any wrongdoing. The prince was effectively exiled from public life, stripped of his military titles and royal patronages. The Queen, in a move seen as a further rebuke, removed his honorary military titles and royal patronages. He was also banned from using the style His Royal Highness in any official capacity. Section 8. A Tarnished Legacy. The scandal surrounding Prince Andrew has had a profound impact on his public image and tarnished his legacy. Once a popular and charismatic figure within the royal family, he has become a symbol of entitlement and a lack of accountability. The scandal has also raised questions about the judgment and behavior of other members of the royal family, particularly those who were aware of Andrew's association with Epstein but failed to intervene. Despite the settlement and his retreat from public life, Prince Andrew remains a controversial figure. His attempts to rehabilitate his image have been met with skepticism and derision. The scandal has left an indelible stain on his reputation, one that is likely to follow him for the rest of his life. Section 9. The Future of the Monarchy. The Prince Andrew scandal has had a significant impact on the British monarchy, shaking public trust and raising questions about its future. The Queen's decision to strip Andrew of his titles and patronages was seen as a necessary step to protect the institution, but it also highlighted the monarchy's vulnerability to scandal. The scandal has also fueled Republican sentiment, with some arguing that it is time for Britain to become a republic. While the monarchy remains popular, the Andrew scandal has undoubtedly damaged its reputation and raised questions about its relevance in the 21st century.